The first bite of burger woke her stomach up, made her realize just how hungry she was. She hadn't eaten breakfast. Supper last night had been a half-eaten slice of week-old pizza scrounged out of the empty fridge. Most of her free time was spent at the hospital. Rio tried to get her to go home and rest. Their house was so big, quiet, and empty without him. Seeing his dirty, crumpled clothes, surfing gear, stacks of his diapers and bags of his pull-ups all just waiting for him caused an empty ache inside her. Even worse was laying in their king-sized bed all by herself. She missed the smell of his apple shampoo, his soft breathing and the press of his soft, warm body snuggled against her, and the crinkling of his huge night diaper as he shifted in his sleep. She tossed and turned all night. Exhausted, she'd finally fall asleep for a few hours. Then she got up and did it all over again. Her stomach growled. The first taste of food made her ravenous. Greasy, salty heaven. She almost moaned her pleasure. Not even the enticing smells of grilling meat and sizzling fries when she'd first walked in had stirred her hunger. Worry, frustration, and exhaustion suppressed her appetite. She tore into the juicy burger, barely chewing as she shoveled in some fries. That's disgusting. Meat is murder, you know. The very familiar, nasal whine pierced Ro's brain. Her already stressed nerves snapped. Marvin. She barely tolerated the vegan yuppie at the best of times. Now, he was the target of her ire. Rio never would have broken down in a sobbing, distraught mess if the snotty weasel hadn't ratted her out. Ro dropped her half-eaten burger onto her plate. Her eyes skewered Marvin like daggers. Disapproval scrawled on his thin, mousy features. His lips were as glossy as his carefully trimmed goatee. His brown hair was slicked back in an artfully coiffed man bun. His clothes were thrift store chic. The condescending sneer fell from his face as she stood up. He tried to take a step back but her hand shot out, fisting in his shirt collar with all the speed of a great white. She yanked him forward over the table. Their noses nearly touched. Can it, soy fucker? One more word and I'll cram this burger down your throat. I'm not in the mood. Got it? Fear replaced judgmental condemnation in his eyes. He tried to pull away, but Ro held firm. A muffled squeak of protest escaped his lips. He cringed in abject horror at the burger juice on her lips. Ro, so good to see you. Marvin. I told you not to antagonize her. A deeply masculine voice growled, breaking the tension between them. A big, burly woman hastily approached. Her prominent Adam's apple bobbed up and down. A gauzy pink peasant skirt swished around her meaty calves. At the sight of Sheila, Ro released Marvin. He stepped back, straightening his clothes and looking sheepish. Ro, so sorry about that. We were just walking by and I saw you through the window. I just wanted to pop in and say hello. And use the restroom. Sheila's tone was light and friendly, trying to smooth over the awkward moment. It's cool. Ro picked up her burger and went back to eating. No hard feelings. Marvin was just an annoying, first-rate douche crate in Ro's book. She didn't know what Sheila saw in the pinch-faced rat. He wasn't the sweet, pretty doll her Rio was. Marvin was probably the only one who'd date Sheila. Marvin watched Ro chew, his upper lip curling in disgust. If you don't challenge someone, they'll never realize how wrong they are. Ro started loudly chewing with her mouth open, giving him a clear view of her partially masticated meat. He cringed visibly, stepping back. I thought you were going to get us some frozen Vogut from the new stand that just opened up. While I talked to Ro. Sheila stood a while head taller than Marvin. The couple looked like a cross-dressing jock with a tweedy nerd. Ro never would have voiced such thoughts out loud. Sheila had been a childhood friend, and Ro knew well how sensitive she was about her body. So Ro never said anything, no matter how ridiculous Sheila looked. I am, sweetie. I just wanted to say hello to Ro. Marvin muttered, his fire doused under Sheila's reprimanding stare. I promised Rio I'd try to get along better, but he cut himself off, closed his eyes, took a deep, calming breath. He looked right at Sheila, pointedly ignoring Ro as she finished off her burger. What flavor would you like? Chocolate. Thanks, honey. Sheila's deep voice was super sweet. Soon as her boyfriend left, she plopped down in the empty chair across from Ro. "Voget?" Ro asked around a mouthful of fries. "Fat-free, gluten-free, dairy-free vegan yogurt. It's also taste-free." Sheila scrunched her face up in disgust. "Going vegan now?" Ro offered plate. Sheila took 2 fries, dipping them in the salty grease leftover from Ro's burger, then popping them into her mouth. She moaned in pleasure. So good. Oh, how I've missed meat. I'm trying, for Marvin. I promised I'd at least try. Some of the vegan dishes are tasty. You'd like them." Ro arched a skeptical eyebrow as she stuffed more fries in her mouth. Sheila pouted. "Well, okay. Most of it is kinda crappy. At least I'm trying. I like steak too much to give it fully up. But I won't eat it around him. It's very important to Marvin." She bit her lip, suddenly quiet. She watched in silence as Ro finished off her fries and chewed. Then had a long drink of her Pepsi. So, Sheila grew uncomfortable while Ro remained at ease. She hedged. "I was just wondering, did you two talk? Rio, I mean? About the boat and stuff?" She knew what a sensitive topic it was with Rio and she didn't want to callously bring it up, but she needed to know. Ro knew exactly what her friend was trying to say. She wiped her fingers and mouth on a napkin. "Yes. I'll be your diver," she said matter-of-factly.